Imagine in the state that I was in, I was very open to his message. Here's a guy that really gave us inspiration. Smile on his face in the toughest of times, you know, and said, we're capable of much more than this. And in fact, if we can free up the entrepreneurial spirit, that which made us great in this country, we will recover and we will go much further beyond that. And at a time when our hostages were held in Iran, you know, he talked about strength and respect for our country. And then he delivered that. I mean, this is what inspired me to become the first Republican in our family, and it also inspired me to enlist. I enlisted, I was a junior at Ichabod Crane, which is a school down in Columbia County, and I joined the day after my 17th birthday as a private, an infantryman, a private in the New York Army National Guard. I was in the 105th Infantry, great outfit. I was in the Alpha Company on Glenmore Road. And so what that meant for me is the summer of my junior and senior year, while many of my compatriots were having a wonderful time down at Kinderhook Lake and other places, I got to go to Fort Benning School for Boys down here. You know, I certainly had known love and discipline at home, but I got a whole different version of love and discipline. You guys know what I'm talking about. Wow! It's good for me, though. You know, I believed everything they said. I mean, you know, you're a dirtbag, get down. I'm a dirtbag. Do push-ups. The first time I dropped for push-ups, I didn't count. I didn't know. I was just doing my push-ups. They just watched me do push-ups. And they said, you going to count? I'm like at number 50, you know. How many I got to do? I got to count? I didn't know that. I tell you, I grew up, you know, when you grow up in this area, you just... You love your community, you love your family, you love your country, you know, and that's regardless of party, you know, because I told you the party affiliation, you just loved it. So it made sense for me to give back. It made total sense for that to occur. And, you know, when I came back, as was mentioned, I got my first experience at leadership. When I got back, I was appointed the co-captain and the point guard of my basketball team. And why I share that with you is not because of the athleticism. It's really because of that leadership dimension. And my role was not to score points. That wasn't my role. I could go the whole game and not score a point, but I had to be able to get the ball into someone's hands so that that scorer could score. And we could win that game. And it was all about the team. And that really, I internalized that. And to this day, you'll still hear me use those words. I mean, that's really important. That sense of service went with me all my time. That I wore the uniform, defending a way of life that I believe worth defending. And I'll tell you that, so in the campaign, I'll talk about things like the cause and what we're going to do. And you think about these volunteers we have, 1,200 registered volunteers. This is all part of something greater than any one person. I'll play a role in this. I'll play a leader's role in this. But this is something we're all going to have to do together. And, you know, after I finished at Ichabod Crane, I went to Siena College. Proud to go there. Good, you know, Catholic college, Franciscan monks, learned from them, studied history, really paid attention to it, and tried to understand where we had been before as a human race and as a country. And I took the ROTC program there, and that's where I made the transition from enlisted man to officer, and I went in the Army. And I spent 24 years, which is, I never thought I'd spend that long. But, you know, I have to tell you that I really had a strong affinity for what I was doing. You know, I was doing something that I really believed in. I was among Americans from all of our states who really believed in our country, believed in one another. And by the way, this was regardless of color of skin, religious background, state. These were people who believed in ideas. My friend George here served in the United States military. You know, and I will tell you that my sergeant majors I served with, you know, these are people who are going to be friends for life. And to be an American is to believe in freedom, is to believe in ideas. So I'll tell you that, you know, when you look at '86 to February when I retired, I mean, you can figure it out that there were some tough times in there. There were multiple combat tours. I served in Iraq when it was hard and unpopular. You know, when this country was really contemplating whether or not we were going to see that through. Boggle your mind. We'd already shed blood over there. We already made a decision to go. As Americans, we should always have significant discussion about whether we go to war. It should be full debate, and we should discuss it in every fashion. But when we decide, we go to win. We go to win. We cannot